We know, but that's...
I hope you enjoyed the last 16 hours of Indian pan flute music or something. I'm Ezra Schmorp from WHYY. Today is Mother's Day, and we've been asking listeners like you to call in and tell us what's on your mind this Mother's Day. Among the billion-plus calls we got, there was a common concern we heard again and again. What's the right gift for Mother's Day? How do I give something sentimental but not sappy? Something useful but not generic? Something thoughtful that doesn't break the bank? Well, we talked to one family, the Hardwick-Lapidus family, who find themselves in this very predicament.
Hello?
Hi, Sarah, this is Ezra Schmorp from WHYY.
Hello, Ezra.
Sarah, I'm wondering if you've made any progress deciding what to get your mother this Mother's Day.
No, I'm still on the fence, Ezra. What to get a woman who needs nothing else?
Of course. Well, Sarah, what gifts have you given for Mother's Days past that have gone over well?
Oh, man. I mean, you know when you're a kid, you can get away with these, hand-drawn cards that are not very good, looking back on it. But when you get older and you find out you're not very good at art, what do you give mom? I was looking at, flowers. They all cost, $70. I mean, I love her, but, that's a lot. So, go for the scented candles, the bath salts, those sorts of things. Moms love that kind of stuff.
I'm curious, Sarah, why do you think scented candles, bath salts, and the like seem to be such a go-to gift for mothers?
I think because kids are really annoying. It's not the candle and the bath salts. It's the excuse to go take the bath and get away from the kids.
I'm curious, Sarah, do you think there's something particularly challenging about gift giving when it comes to mothers?
Yeah, I mean, moms, they're everything to a kid, right? In pop culture, in our lives, it's hard to find a gift that lives up to the magnitude of a mother, both the archetypal figure of a mother and what our mothers are in all of our lives.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Sarah, and best of luck on the gift.
Thanks, Ezra.
Hello?
Hi, is this Jake?
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, Jake. This is Ezra Schmorp from WHYY. I'm wondering if you've made any progress on deciding what to get your mother for Mother's Day.
Progress? No progress. Frankly, Ezra, I've been having some trouble coming up with anything, and I'm kind of banking on the fact that one of my siblings will put together an idea, and I can, kind of swoop in at the last minute, get a little credit. But, we'll see what happens. Anything's possible.
Can you remember Mother's Day gifts that you've given in the past?
In the past, it had been, it was a lot of art projects from school and, cards that say I love you, but it's hard to keep coming up with new, meaningful gifts each year. So I'm looking for any inspiration I can get.
Well, Jake, if you were a mother, what kind of gift would you want for Mother's Day?
I think the motherly answer is usually that we just want the love of our children, right? And besides that, I don't know. Lotion and warm socks.
Wow. Jake, it strikes me that you have absolutely no insight into what being a mother must be like.
Not at all, Ezra.
Incredible talking to you, Jake. I just had one more question. Do you think there's something particularly challenging about gift giving when it comes to mothers?
It's true, it's, all you have is, one small Mother's Day card to sort of convey, all your love and appreciation, and that's rarely enough space. And then on the other hand, you have small Mother's Day gifts, but by the same token, it's hard to convey all the love you might feel in something you get from Bath & Body Works.
Thanks so much for speaking with us today, Jake, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Now, joining me in the studio is the youngest and arguably cutest of the Hardwick Lapidus children. Ben, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for having me, Ezra. Ben, how has your search for the right Mother's Day gift coming along? You know, Ezra, I haven't come up with anything good yet, but I was thinking I could just give my mom a call and see if I might be able to get any leads on what she might want. Fantastic.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Hey, Mom. I'm good. I'm just calling, thinking about Mother's Day. I was wondering, what kinds of memories do you have from Mother's Days past?
You know, most of my memories are when you guys were little and Dad would help you make me breakfast in bed, and I would lay in bed for like 2 hours pretending to be asleep so that you could come in and yell Happy Mother's Day and jump on the bed and show me what you made me for breakfast.
Aw, that's really sweet. And have you thought of a gift to give Grandma this Mother's Day?
This year, what I'm doing for her is I'm ordering dinner from a restaurant close to her for tonight, along with her favorite drink, an old-fashioned.
I think that's a great idea. Did you have any anxiety trying to come up with the perfect gift for her?
Neither Grandma nor I are particularly sentimental about things like that. I don't feel like, somebody has to do something for me for Mother's Day. I really don't. And I don't think she feels that way either. Yeah, so I think food and drink is about the right thing.
Just curious, what qualities of Grandma's do you really admire?
Her intelligence and her interest in a lot of different things. Like if she and I have both read a book, she's always got interesting comments about it. Her self-sufficiency. She's not needy or dependent. She's not scared. She grew up in a generation where a lot of women were kind of sheltered, and she didn't learn to drive until, probably until I was 5 or 6, because it just wasn't a thing for girls to learn to drive. And yet, she's traveled all over the world fearlessly, complete fearlessness. Yeah, and she's a leader. She's pretty much a leader in every organization she's a part of. She does a great job on everything she does. She doesn't forget things or drop the ball. If she's supposed to do something, she does it. She's perfectly organized and kind of holds herself to a high standard of doing stuff right. And although she didn't end up doing all the career stuff she would have had the talent to do, everything she did, she was very successful at.
Yeah. What kinds of things do you think you picked up from her that you're grateful for?
Well, love of reading. When I was a kid and we didn't have much money, our routine was we went to the library every Tuesday.
What else?
Not my skills as a seamstress, but the fact that I don't really care that I'm not a good seamstress. Right? She wasn't ever anybody she never really felt like she had to do all the traditional stuff. And so she set me free not to do that stuff. She would just laugh at the idea of, when I was in Girl Scouts and we would get badges and you were supposed to sew them on, she would just, use a safety pin, just this is too much work. So, in a way, that was a gift. We don't have to do that way.
That's great. Mom, I have to be honest. The reason I'm calling is because I have no idea what to get you for Mother's Day. And I was hoping you might drop some hints.
Oh, sweetheart, I don't want Mother's Day to be a thing to stress over. Just your loving presence in my life is all I want.
All right, well, love you, Mom. Talk to you later.
Love you too, sweetheart. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wow, Ben, I think you, Jake, and Sarah are all very lucky to have such a dope mom. Indeed, Ezra. Well, Ben, I want to thank you for joining me today, and best of luck finding the right gift this Mother's Day. Thanks for having me. You're listening to WHYY, the channel where we like to get really close and kind of make these kind of do this noise with our mouth on the mic. Anyway, next up is 16 more hours of Indian pan music, or I don't know, whatever.
But that's